Welcome back to our last session for this module one. In this particular module, I'm discussing my favorite AI tool out there, which is highly versatile for creating so many things, which includes apps, tools, and even websites. So this particular tool is called Claude AI. Now, Claude is something that I'm sure that many of you might not have already heard previously. This particular tool, this was launched alongside ChatGPT, Gemini, and all during the same that period. But the issue was like this was no, it's not an issue. The thing is like it was not at all focused on that creative writing on the research part. While ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, everything was keep on like focusing more of the engineers' training and efforts on developing its creative writing ability, its sentence formation, then how it can give the output in multiple styles, how to do data analysis. This was a prime focus of all the other AI tools, but Claude was focused on only one thing during that time, that was on creating codes. Codes, I think you are familiar with codes, right? So codes means that different types of programming language, like programs that the engineers write for creating various types of websites, apps, and all, right? So there are multiple programming languages like Python, Laravel, Java, and so on. Now, when the Claude engineers they try to make Claude the best one in programming, what they have done is like they focused on two aspects. One is the aspect in which Claude can create excellent codes or programs for whatever the requirement that is asked by the user. In addition to that, most of the time when it creates the code, there will be some errors here and there. It's like it will forget to put a comma, or there will be some issues in which it creates wrong variables and so on. So they added a bug removal part also. Now for like programmers or engineers, the problem is majority of their time will be focused on removing these errors from the code. Otherwise, they won't be getting the final output. Or when they try to create a website in HTML, there can be some issues here and there. So if they click on the payment button, nothing will happen, or sometimes payment fails. All those issues can happen. So these are called errors, which is otherwise called bugs. So Claude is trained in such a way that it can create the code. At the same time, it can work on the code it creates and created, and then fix all the bugs. So that's the thing. And in addition to that, suppose if an engineer is using Claude, he or she can upload their own codes, and Claude will be able to do the bug fixing. Okay. So because of that, Claude has become really popular among engineers. Now it has become an indispensable part of software engineers working in most of the multinational companies like Alphabet, let's just Google, then Amazon, then Meta. All the engineers are now using Claude. It has also got a black side also. It's like previously Claude was used extensively by the engineers. Then what happened is like the owners of the company or the top brass of the company, they realize like Claude is improving the efficiency or the productivity of the engineers. Though, so after that, when they start recruiting new people, or when they try to give promotion to the existing people, they give preference to those who are well versed in using tools like Claude. Okay, so training in Claude became a mandatory requirement for engineers nowadays. So that's the other side of Claude. Even then, Claude is now highly efficient in doing so many activities, okay, like programming like activities. Now, as a doctor or a healthcare professional or as a researcher, how Claude can help you is, sometimes you will be thinking like, I'm working in this particular specialty, so I use so many scoring systems, say like UpGar scoring, so many child book criteria, so many criteria for scoring system is there. So if there was a ready-made calculator available, which I can customize according to my requirement, where I can just enter the values and it can instantly calculate those values for me, or give me more instructions based on my standard textbook or standard guidelines on how to proceed based on these values, so which I can directly open from my mobile phone. That will be excellent, right? So for our most of the specialties, so many such tools are already there. But the problem is, most of these tools will have some flaws. So you will feel like, if I could know the coding part, I could have made it in a better way by more optimizing these features or adding these extra features. So many things, right? Claude actually helps you in that aspect. It will empower you to create all the medical apps or the medical calculators or even full-fledged websites without knowing any single line of coding. It can instantly create, just like ChatGPT is helping you to write complete research papers or essays and so on. Just like that, Claude will help you to create the other side, like creating highly productive tools, medical tools and apps for you. All right. So previously this was unimaginable for a medical professional, right? Because we don't know any of this programming language, and then we have to go to someone or hire one programming person who will be doing this for us, right? And obviously like we have to pay a good amount of payment to them. In addition to that, it's very difficult to make them understand what exactly is our requirement, right? So we need to spend a lot of time on that aspect also. But now the good part is Claude understands all our requirement perfectly, and we will be able to create so many nice things using it. In addition to that, this can create some 3D games also. So suppose if you are a medical faculty in one of the medical colleges, or like you like teaching, that time you can create some interesting apps or interesting games based on the topic that you're teaching, and can give it to the students. So students can simply play the game, and then they can understand the concept. Just like this is called gamification of teaching. So that also can be made possible using Claude. Okay, so during this session, I will be teaching you the basics of Claude, then the basic application of Claude for creating a very simple calculator, then an advanced calculator, and finally I'll teach you how to create a website also. Okay, so that's the idea for this particular session. So let me move to the first part. So I'll first introduce the interface of Claude to you. So let me open Claude. Okay, so you can see this is the Claude window. The link is Claude AI, Claude.ai. And you can see the interface is almost similar to that of ChatGPT. And if you look closely, you can see I'm using the free plan of Claude. I'm not having the paid plan. And for the usual use cases, a free plan is more than enough. In case you want to use it, you really like Claude and you want to use it extensively, that time you can consider getting a paid plan. Or sometimes as a workaround, you can even get a second account in Claude. So usually Claude works in a daily usage limit, daily usage restriction like pattern. So in case you run out of the daily credit, you can go for the second free account, and there also you can use Claude. Okay, so that's the idea. So this is the same sidebar that you're seeing in ChatGPT. So when you expand the sidebar, you can see the chat, project, artifact, code. You can see these two are new, right? And the recent chats also. Okay. Now the one that we are interested in is this feature called artifact. Okay. So let me tell something regarding the normal chatting feature of Claude. So just like ChatGPT, you can ask questions to Claude and it will give you answers. There is an option to attach files to the normal chat window of Claude. And there are some additional options here also. Okay, but there is an issue. There's a major issue with this normal chatting feature of Claude, which is like it's actually regarding the AI hallucination. Like I specifically mentioned in the beginning, the entire effort of the engineers in this Claude company, they were focusing on the coding part, right? So they are not giving that much importance on the writing part. So because of that, Claude is notorious for having hallucination. It cannot interact with the internet in real time. So whenever you are asking some fact-based things, Claude will really screw up. Most of the time, there will be so many errors in the write-up. Okay, but another writing part in which Claude excels is on creative writing, especially if it's having a bit of funny side or a comedy side like that. If you want to write something, or if you want to write a novel, in this aspect, Claude is really creative on that. Okay, so creative writing is fine, but scientific writing is not mainly. Claude is not the best AI tool for doing that. Okay, now for the app building or the website building, what we are looking for is this particular feature on the left side called artifact. Okay, so when I click on artifact, I will be taken to a page like this. And here you can see so many artifacts which are already created with Claude, which they have introduced on the home page to give you some inspiration. Like these sort of things can be done with Claude. Okay, so you can see there is a entire writing editor that has been created. There is some brainstorm idea generator is there. Flashcard creator can be created with this. Small games like this is created. Okay, and it can create molecular structures also, like 3D structure of various molecules. In case you want to create some animation using that can be done using Claude. QR code generator can be created. Small Pac-Man like games can be created. So you can think of all such. They can use them as inspiration, and you can create your own. Okay. And in case you want to create a new artifact, okay, so basically artifact is like apps, okay, so it's a name given by Claude, but in medical terms artifact is something that is not supposed to be there in one particular image, right, like in a radiographic image or in a historical image, we call those unnecessary things as artifacts. But from Claude's point of view, they call apps or the websites as artifact. Okay, now let me show you how you can create a new artifact. So what you need to do is you click on this new artifact option. Then you will be taken to a page in which it will ask you what type of app or what type of artifact that you want to create. So there are some 7 categories here. So one is apps and websites, documents and templates. Documents and templates mean you already have a document with you. You want to beautify it or you want to make it a bit more vibrant. That time you can go for the documents and templates option. And there's a games option, then productivity tools option, creative projects. If you want specifically on creating an interactable quiz, which you or a survey form, which you can share with your students or your fellow colleagues, then quiz and survey can be taken. And finally, start from scratch option. Okay, so these are the options available. Now for our this particular initial demo, the first demo, we are planning to create a BMI calculator. Okay, so what I'm planning to do is I want to create a very like beautiful BMI calculator. So obviously, when you imagine a BMI calculator, the first thing that will come to your mind is there will be one box in which you can enter the weight in kilogram or pound. Then we can enter the height in centimeters or in meter, and then there will be a calculate button. Right, on clicking the calculate button. So in my case, my imagination, I'm looking for the simplest model. Okay, so there will be a calculate button, and when you click on the calculate button, automatically it will calculate the BMI. All right. So that's the idea. So I just created a simple prompt. Like I didn't go into that detail or into the race prompting framework. I simply went for the most basic model. So I mentioned like I want to create a BMI calculator in black and yellow theme. There should be boxes to enter the weight in kg and height in centimeter. There should be a calculate button which on clicking should show the BMI category and advices and the respective advices for the category in a vibrant way. Okay, I mentioned a theme also, black and yellow. Now what I'll do is I will just select this prompt, go back to the new artifact option. Okay, so let me open it once again so that you will remember how exactly I took that. So I went to Claude. Initially, the left side sidebar will be in the hidden mode. So I click on toggle sidebar and the artifact option will become visible. Click on artifact. Then you will be taken to that gallery page of artifact, and there is an option called new artifact. So click on new artifact, then select the most appropriate option. Okay, in this case, I'm selecting productivity tools. All right. So I clicked on productivity tools. Automatically, one chat has opened. So it asks me what kind of productivity challenge are you trying to solve? Who is going to use this tool? Any particular vibe or features you are imagining? Here you can directly give answers to this, or you can simply enter your own prompt. Okay. So I'm mentioning I want to create a BMI calculator in black and yellow theme. There should be boxes to enter the weight in kg and height in centimeter. There should be a calculate button, which on clicking should show the BMI category and advice in a vibrant way. All right. Then I will run this. Now what will happen is Claude will process your requirement. It will come up with a basic design for the app that you're planning to build. Okay, so it is telling me there will be a visual theme, which just like I mentioned in the prompt, it will be a black and yellow color scheme. Input section will be there for height, weight, and a prominent calculate button. Results will display the BMI value category, then a color coded category. Then it automatically told me this will be the category. If I have any difference of opinion, I can simply give those modifications in the bottom so that it will send you it will send you a modified design which you can which based on your like modifications. Otherwise you can tell it to proceed with the creation. Okay, so in my case I'm fine with this, so proceed with it, with the creation of this tool. Okay, then I'll run this. Now what will happen is my screen will split into two areas, just like the Gemini canvas that you have seen. So the thinking part will be happening on the left side. So you can see this. And on the right side, the coding will be happening. Okay. So most of the time, it will either create such calculators in HTML, which is a language that is mainly used for developing websites. Or if it's a complex one, it will create it in a language called Python. Okay. So, but we don't need to worry about that. It will be doing it automatically. Okay. So my coding part has been completed. You have seen like how fast it was able to do it, right? And you can see, just like I suggested, there is a BMI calculator now, weight area, height area, and a calculate button. So I'll enter this one sample weight. So this is a preview area where I can test this out. Okay. And here I will enter one sample weight. So presently it's in kg. So I'll put like, say 90 kg, and height I'll go for 185. Okay. And click on calculate BMI. So instantly it created the BMI. It is telling me it's overweight, and there is a small, like advice based on the category. Now, if I want to try again, I will click on the calculate again button. Now I'll try an underweight scenario. So I'll go for say 45, and a very tall person, 190. So it is going for an underweight category. Okay, so there is a suggestion based on that. Suppose if I want to make it a bit more better, okay, say say I want to incorporate my credits into this. Suppose if I am sharing it with someone, okay, and they really like the calculator, but they don't know who has created this. Okay, so suppose if I want to add my name somewhere, so I can just give the modification. Whatever modification that you want in this calculator can be given on this left side. Okay, so I'm mentioning it. Add a subheading created by Dr. Sharon. Okay. Below the main heading, main title. So I added one modification telling like add a subheading created by Dr. Sharon that should come in this area, okay, below the main title. Then I will run this. Now what will happen is it will again show that coding area. It will add some extra lines in the code so that once the preview shows, now we can see it created an additional line here. Like we cannot directly edit it, but whatever editing that you need can be given on the left side. Okay. Suppose if you want to change the theme, okay, that you can simply mention like change the color theme to say blue, violet, and purple. Violet and purple. Make it look really modern and vibrant. Okay, so let's see whether I can do a theme modification. Okay, so again the coding part will be showing. So you can see the coding is going on. So it will try to incorporate those additional features so that instead of the instead of the yellow and black, now hopefully I think it's doing so many modifications. So let's see. So it's applying this new color theme into most of the areas, and hopefully we will get an excellent calculator. Perfect. So I'm got a better calculator. Now let me try the new coded one. So 65 kg, and height will be 174. Calculate BMI. Okay, so it's now giving a proper normal weight. It's in a green color. So let me try another scenario. 190 underweight. Okay, it's blue color. So let me increase the weight and reduce the height so that it will be obese. Okay, so obese is coming in red color. So it's coming in a properly color coded manner, right? And this one also looks sleek, right? So now we are happy with the code, right? So in case you want to see the code, like what was the code that was used for creating this, the coding option, that code preview option is available on this top right area. Click here and you can see the code. And there's an eye icon right next to that. So it will show the preview. Now, suppose if you want to share it with others, you simply click on the publish button. Publish button here. Okay. So publish button was located on the top right corner. So you can see it is telling me like it's about to publish this. Am I fine with it? So I click on publish and copy link. So you got a public link like this. Okay. So copy link. And there is also an option called embed code. Okay. So I'll show both the options. So I have copied the link. Now I can share this link with anyone. So now I got the code. I'm just opening it as a new website link. So you can see the person who opened this particular link, they doesn't need to have a Claude AI account. They can directly access the calculator. We can open it directly within our tabs or mobiles also, and we can use it as a normal calculator. Okay, there is no need to log in or anything. It's readily available. Right. Suppose if you want to embed this particular, say you have a website or you have a blog and you want to embed this calculator into that time you can go for this option. get embed code. Okay, so it will give you a small code like this. Just copy that, go to the website, and there is an option to enter the iframe. There's an option that will be available in the website builder. So click on the iframe option and just paste the code there. And when you publish it, automatically, and you can position the iframe wherever you want, and based on that, it automatically populates this particular calculator within your website. So that's also another useful feature. Okay, so that's the idea of creating a BMI calculator. Okay, so it's a very simple one, right? And obviously, like when you share something after some time, you feel like there were some errors in this, you want to make some modifications. So you can do all the modifications here, and whatever change that is being done to that original one will be preserved within a link. For example, say you already have the BMI calculator in this purple color, you created the link and you share it with your friends. Later, maybe 2 days later, you decided to change the theme entirely, or you want to add some additional features, and you took the same chat and you added everything. Now, after publishing that, making the modification, it will again show the publish option. So when you click the publish option, automatically those new features will be added to the same link that you have shared with your friends. Okay, so that they will also become updated. Okay, so such dynamic modification is also possible with Claude. All right, so we had seen the basic part. Now we will see some advanced versions of Claude. So say you are a neonatologist. So you want to, in neonatology, there is something called a nomogram, which is specifically called Bhutani nomogram, based on the person who has developed this. So this is primarily a neonatal hyperbilirubinemia risk assessment tool. So in this, we simply need to mention, this is mainly for the risk assessment of those infants who are above 35 gestational age and who are below 2 kg of birth weight. Okay, so if they are in the neonatal ICU, they can for hyperbilirubinemia, they can the intensivist or the neonatologist or the pediatrician can use this nomogram to see whether they are in the high risk, intermediate risk, or low risk category. Okay, so in that we simply need to enter the total bilirubin level and the infant's postnatal age in hours. So I want to create such a calculator, and as output, I want it in a visual way. So this is the output I am looking for. Just like growth chart, it should create a beautiful visualization like this. And there should be 3 categories, like 4 categories, like we mentioned: high risk, intermediate, high intermediate risk, low intermediate risk zone, and finally low risk zone. And x-axis should have age in hours, and on the y-axis there should be total bilirubin in milligram. That's the values that we enter in this particular area. So I will show you how you can create such a advanced calculator with visualization. So let me open that. I have already done this. So let me open this. Okay. Retake. Okay, so let's see how that particular app was built that I shown you the preview. So I went to Claude, opened the artifact. I went for the productivity tools, as you can see here. Then in the productivity tools, it asked me what exactly I want to create. So I mentioned like I attached 2 files. Okay, so one file was this one. So I attached one sample graph that is usually used for this particular nomogram, so that Claude will get a clear-cut idea on how that is being created. Okay, so I'll show you how the attach button works. So you can see this is a chat area. Here there's a plus button. When you click on the plus button, there is an option called upload a file. So you can attach multiple files there. So the first file attached is this one. Okay. The second file is we need to load so many information into Claude regarding how this is calculated, right? So I had a PDF with me with all the details, like how exactly this is being created. This particular nomogram is created. So that was available in the form of a PDF. So that PDF is also attached. Okay. Now for creating this PDF, to be honest, I didn't know how exactly it's being, how this particular nomogram is created and what are all those minute details regarding the calculation. So what I've done is, I think you remember, like when we discussed ChatGPT and Gemini, I told you there was a feature called deep research. Okay, so I'm planning to discuss deep research in detail in upcoming modules, but I will just give you a quick bird's eye view of what exactly is this deep research. And I use this deep research to create that particular PDF. Okay, so this is a ChatGPT. Then what I done is I opened ChatGPT and I clicked on the plus button, and there is a deep research option. I clicked on the deep research, and here I mentioned like I'm planning to create a app for calculating the this particular nomogram. So these are the values that I will be entering, and based on that, this app will create the nomogram. But for giving it all the details, I need a very detailed scientific write-up on how exactly this nomogram is calculated, what are the different categories, what are the different like zones, and all those nitty-gritties regarding that. Okay, and I activated deep research and I just ran this. So it took me around 7 to 8 minutes for it to complete the research, and after that it created a detailed write-up. The entire write-up was based on reliable websites and published journals. So that's the best part of deep research. There won't be any hallucination in this deep research write-up, and we can even mention the number of words also, like 2000 words or 5000 words. It will write accordingly. We can even mention the specific journals or any sources of any domains also. Like we can mention all the references should be coming from PubMed, like that we can mention. So everything, all the references will be from PubMed, and all the information will have proper citations, which are clickable citation. So let me see whether I can relocate that particular file. Okay, so this was the file. So what I done is I gave this particular prompt. I want to create a Bhutani nomogram, a risk assessment tool that plots the total serum bilirubin level against infants' age in hours to predict the risk of severe hyperbilirubinemia. I need you to create a detailed reference manual regarding its concepts and calculation, which will be used as a base for creating this tool. Okay, then after giving this, usually if you are trying the deep research in ChatGPT, it usually asks you 4 to 5 questions. So these were the questions that were asked. It asked me like, what level of detail do you want? Should it include historical background? Should the manual focus only be? So many questions were asked. So I gave the proper answers. Okay. And the answer I gave was I was too lazy to give proper answers. So what I gave is take the most appropriate answers for the questions, which will be useful for neonatologists from all countries. So that was the answer that I gave. So based on that, it automatically took the most best answers for these questions. Then I told you like it took 7 minutes. It actually took 16 minutes. Okay, it went through 23 proper sources. Then it created this detailed write-up. And when you go through this write-up, you can see there are so many references here. You can see there is a reference from PubMed. When I click on that particular article from PubMed will automatically open up based on this neonatal jaundice. So you can see there is another reference from PubMed, some from UK government website, again from PubMed. So it contains all the information that is needed for Claude for creating this nomogram. Okay, so you can see it's an elaborate one, which I'm sure that this will be minimum 2500 to 3000 words. So let me quickly scroll down. Okay, so many things are there, which Claude will make use of this for writing this. And at the end, there will be proper references, and all the references will be from reliable websites. And finally, when it is done, there is this download option here. Okay, so click here, and there is a download option here. Okay, you can directly download it as a PDF document or as a Word file. So I download it as a PDF document. Okay, now I went back to our Claude, attach this particular PDF file, and attach that sample graph. Okay, then I gave the prompt. I want to create a tool that can plot a Bhutani nomogram. Then I mentioned all the details regarding what exactly this nomogram is. There should be 2 clearly labeled input boxes, because like I showed in the preview, there should be 2 input boxes. One should be for a total serum bilirubin level, and other for the infant's postnatal age in hours. So that was mentioned here. And there should be a create nomogram button. The reference material for the calculation and plotting are attached, including a sample plot. The x-axis should be the age in hours, and the y-axis is the total serum bilirubin level, which you showed in that, which you had seen in the nomogram, right? The point where these 2 values will intersect falls into one of the risk zone. So as you saw, there are multiple risk zones. So it should be there in one of these risk zones. So based on that, it told me this is a plan it's going to do, and it created a excellent one for that, one particular link for that. and I got that particular like preview. Okay. Now one issue I noticed is like even though it is creating it, that particular details regarding that infant is not coming in that visualization. That particular infant's detail was not coming in that particular zone. Here you can see there is one one dot here which shows this is the present zone of the patient. Okay. So when I created for the first time, when this was created, initial part was created, that particular patient demarcation was not there. Okay. So I added an additional modification telling like modify to show the respective risk zone for the provided values in the nomogram. So it automatically created the color coded one. And finally, I got the final output. So let me show you how exactly it's working. Okay, so this is the one that it created. Area to enter the bilirubin level. So let me enter some random level. And this age I'll give us 14 hours. Okay, click calculate risk zone. So it will automatically show like it is a high risk zone, more than 95th percentile. And this is a zone, this thing, and they automatically demarcates the child's area in this area. So in the higher, so you can see that red color demarcation here. So one another good thing I noticed is this is completely interactable. So even though I mentioned the child's time as child's age is 14 hours, so in addition to 14, it is showing the prediction. So you can see the prediction is there for 168 hours. Okay. Like this, I can give other modifications also. Let's say 24, which is on say 26 hours. Oh, that's still in high risk zone. So let me reduce it further, 14. Now it's reduced the category to high intermediate risk zone. So you can see now the infant has been transferred to this zone. So like that, it will be able to create real-time visualization of the nomogram. Right. So that's the way. And once it's done, I can click on publish. It give me the link. I can just copy the link and share it with my friends who are working in neonatology ICUs, and this will be really useful for them for categorization. Right. So that's the way in which you can combine the ChatGPT's deep research or the Gemini's deep research and create all those reference material which can be loaded to this Claude artifact, and it can create advanced visualization for you. Okay. Now, another important thing which was specifically told to me by Dr. Khurshid Mohammed. So sir has told me like he used to create so many tools like this, and one thing he noticed is like creating tool is only part one. Okay, and training it to make it more advanced, more accurate is the second part. Okay, so we should be focusing on that aspect also. Even though it is showing values like this, sometimes if you give it to your friends, they will give you feedback like for certain values it is not showing accurate results. Okay, if that's the case, what you can always do is like you can share the links with your friends and tell them like giving you honest feedback. If they are finding any issues, give you all the feedbacks in a actionable messages and all. Then combine all those messages together, then give a follow prompt in Claude for this particular nomogram or particular app that you're building, telling like I have tested this extensively and found these many issues. Then you can mention all those details. Or suppose if the friends are telling you like issues in WhatsApp messages, you can simply take screenshots of those WhatsApp messages and you can attach it here. You don't need to type them or copy paste. It can automatically read like just like we had seen in ChatGPT and Gemini. It can all these AI tools can read content from images. So automatically it understands the feedbacks, and then you can tell like I had got these many issues. So you need to modify the code so that all these issues are corrected. Then it will create a new version of the app in which all the issues will be fixed. Okay, so then you can tell your friends like I have created everything. You don't need to change the link, the same link, but now when you open those, all those issues will not be there. Okay, so creation part as well as the error correction part should be there in your app, so that the app will be completely foolproof, and it will be a perfect companion for all the specialists in your all your friends and all other specialists, right? So that's the idea of creating apps and visualization tools and calculators using Claude. Right. Now comes the next part, how you can create websites with Claude. Okay, so that's also really interesting. Previously, when we want to create a website, we need to either know some amount of website building capabilities, like how to use various tools like WordPress, or there are some other tools also in which you can code and create websites, right? And then came tools like Wix.com, where you can have templates and you can, using the drag and drop feature, again, you will be able to create website. Now, the problem here is like you should have some technical know-hows on using all of these, and things are a bit complex, right? But with the a good part of Cloud is like Cloud can do everything automatically. You simply need to give whatever content should be there in the website, what all button should be there, how it should be, where all this on clicking the button, where the visitor should be forwarded to, or like that. You need to give all those details, and it will create a completely functional website. Second part is you don't need to have a hosting also. It's like Cloud will give you a working link of the website, and suppose if the website is not that important one, say it's a basic registration website or a data collection website where the link of the web, like the domain name of the website is not that important, then you can directly host it within Cloud. Like Cloud will give you the link. You can share the link with all the people who will be using it, and they will can readily use the website. And in case you feel like you want to migrate this particular website that is created by Cloud to a specific domain, say you want to send it to, if it's a data collection website, so you want to create a new website called datacollection.com. So that time you can buy a domain name from domain providers like GoDaddy, and then you can transfer this particular hosting to GoDaddy's hosting, or to SiteGround or some other hosting this thing, so that it will be located within that particular link. Otherwise, the normal mode is more than enough. So I will show you how exactly this can be done. So I'll open Cloud. I'm not sure whether my daily credits will be expired. So let's see. So I'm going to artifact. I am clicking on new artifact. And this time I'm going for apps and websites option. Okay. So it will ask me what exactly I want to build. All those details it will ask. Okay. Now what I will do is I have one like PDF with me, which contains, it's a Word file which contains all the details of this present course. Okay. So Dr. Gurshit has painstakingly done a detailed curriculum for this course. And what I will do is I will attach that Word file into this particular chat, and then tell Claude to create a registration page for this website. Okay. So let me locate that particular file. So one good thing regarding this approach is whatever that is needed to be added to the website is already there in the curriculum, right? So it will be easier for Cloud to get all the details. And within that particular information, particular Word file, my bio is also there. So that workshop title is there, curriculum is there, followed by the faculty's bio. So that will be a perfect combination for creating a registration page. Okay. Now we will give a simple prompt. I am planning to conduct a course on AI with the collaboration of University of Calgary. Sometimes you will have these typos, but one good thing I noticed is all these AI tools, they will ignore all the grammar and spelling mistakes. So it's like it will automatically do a proofreading before processing. So even if there are some typos or there are some spelling mistakes, it's completely fine. But I usually, when I see this red lines and all, I have a small perfectionism issue. So that's why I used to correct it myself. Otherwise, it's not needed. Okay. So all the details of this course are attached as a Word file. The same, I won't be correcting any of this thing. I'll show you like it automatically corrects everything. Okay, Word document. I want you to create a beautiful and vibrant registration page for this registration page for this course. There should be a register button at the bottom. Bottom of the page. I think I'll put like there should be a large register button, right? Large. I'll put like large register now button so that it will looks prominent, right? Large register now button at the bottom of the page. On the future chat, I will provide you the Google form link, because on clicking the register now button, I want the visitor to go to a Google form. Okay, I'll provide you the Google form link to be embedded in this button in the follow-up chat. Okay, so presently I'm not giving this because I haven't created the link, that registration form yet. But presently, let the button be there, and in the follow-up chat, I will be giving all the details. Okay, so that's the idea. And I didn't mention the color theme. Okay, so let's apply apply pastel shades, pastel colors, and pastel colors, and so that it looks stunning. Okay, so let's see how it's doing. So hopefully it will go through the detailed Word file that I've attached here. So based on that, it will come with the second. So it's telling like there's a hero section, which is the top header with the course title and tagline, course overview area, key highlights of the course, what you will learn area, who is it for area, target audience, about the facilitator, and a call to action. That is large register now button. Okay. And it's going for a soft pastel gradient colors, blues, purple. Okay, that's fine. Clean modern typography. Okay, medical tech. Fine. So let's proceed. Awesome. I used to appreciate all these AIs if they come with a nice this thing. So usually they are telling like we don't need to appreciate them, but I always appreciate them. So I'm telling awesome. Proceed with the website creation. Okay. So in the meantime, let me look for a Google form. Uh, Forms.new. Okay. So sample registration form. So once I create a sample form, name, okay. I'll have a very simple registration form like this. So let me publish this. So later on, we can modify it accordingly. So let me copy the link here. So once it's completed the website for me, website creation, we can give that particular link and see whether it's able to redirect people to that particular Google form. Okay, on clicking the register now button. So we have to wait some time for us to finish this. I think it's always almost finishing it. Oh, great. So it created the overall website. So there is a title followed by the tagline, then the key highlights of the session. Okay, so it's even highlighted some of the main USPs of the session. Then some course highlights, free AI tools, CMA accredited, what you will master. Okay, so that's also giving so much importance. Who should enroll? Oh, I'm liking this. Okay, so details of the facilitator and other details, and ready to transform, and there is a register now button, right? So I think this is fine. So now I'll give a follow-up prompt. Again, I will appreciate it. It has done a wonderful job. Great. Add this URL, Google Form URL, to the register now button, and I will just paste that particular URL. So presently, it won't be clicking. So after giving this, I'm sure that it will make it embed that particular link into the button. Okay, so that is now ready. Okay, so let me give a tryout. So clicking this, okay, it's showing me open external links. It's the same link, open link, and hopefully, yeah, it's taking me to that particular registration page. So now you got the idea, right? So once that is done, I click on publish. Okay, so you can see within very short time, I was able to create an entire website like this, right, which is fully functional, and where I can grab all the registrations. So it's a completely functional page, all the details, and the register now button. So on clicking the register now button, that registration page will be opened. Very cool, right? So previously, this was not at all possible for a doctor or a medical professional, right? We have to do so many things. We have to spend so much, countless hours for doing this. But cloud has made this very easy, right? So I'm sure that you will be able to make really good use of cloud for various aspects. Okay. So I like to conclude our all the sessions of this module one by showing this photo. As you have seen through all these four AI tools that we have learned, like it's almost like Spider-Man superpowers, right? So Spider-Man, as you know, Peter Parker was a normal college student. He was bitten by a radioactive spider, and he got all those superpowers, right? Just like that, you will be bitten by so many AI spiders all throughout these modules. Like we are incorporating so many interesting AI tools and all their practical applications in your daily lives in this session. And soon after learning them, I'm sure that you will have some interesting ideas in your mind. Oh, this particular feature is pretty good and this is free to use, so I can make use of this particular AI tool to create this. Like that, you will get so many ideas and you will be able to create incorporate them into your clinical practice, like creating these tools, or into your professional life, like creating AI videos for teaching others, or so many nice ideas you will get. And I'm sure that you will become superstars in your department or in your specialty. So I hope that module one you really loved or enjoyed module one. So there are so many modules upcoming, which I'll be covering everything with all the details and with all those practical applications. So stay tuned, and thank you once again for enrolling. Enjoy the session, and you will be taken to an assignments area where you can make use of some of these things that you learned, and you will be able to solve that assignment. Okay, thank you.